So, most of my videos are short because I don't have much to say, or I kind of thought cutting it a bit is important. This is also going to be weird because I'm reviewing season 4 tomorrow, and like another review, I've seen season 5. I'm just going to say this. This is not a review. I'm not talking about the story. I'm not talking about if it's good. I'm not talking about if it's bad. This is me theorizing. So, the one thing that I've constantly said is I don't know if Agent Shield is canon, right? But the one thing in Agent of Shield, because a lot of people take seasons 5, 6, and 7 as an alternate timeline, or even the first one, like the first one's an alternate timeline. But my question is this: one, in season 5, there's time travel, and one of the things that they talk about near the beginning of season 5 is no one can put straight on how the universe broke. Like the world's cracked open, the world's broken, and the humans are stuck with like the greed, and it's bad, right? Here's my question: is the reason why no one, because they even talk about themselves, is they are stuck in a time loop? Is the reason no one can say what really happened is because the time loops. Each person's individual story is just a different versions of events, a different timeline. So each one of them exists, but they were just looping. You know what I mean? Like one person says, this is what happened. That's that was happening in like a certain loop. Like, because what happens, a bit of context. Again, not going to talk about the story, just mentioning it so you understand what I'm talking about. At a certain point, the crew, the event, the team get picked up, moved to the future, and dropped there. They realize that they made these certain things before because they go back, which they do. They take the things and they go back to the past. Yeah. And at a certain point, one of the things that happens is you have all of these choices, etc., etc. But you get flashes of both timelines where you see at first the past where you see they're still there, and the future where the things that we've already seen. And it's interesting. And this whole thing is put on, we are looping. They take the past, they put it in the present, they go back to the past, and they live it out, and then they do that all over again. Which is essentially a grandfather's paradox. Okay, bootstrap paradox. It's an iconic one, which is basically the same one as like I think the Mozart paradox, which is basically I like Mozart. I think he's a really good artist. I go back in time. Wait, Mozart isn't here. Have you heard of this Mozart person? Oh, what has he made? Well, why don't I show you? Play Mozart. There you go. That sounds amazing. I'm gonna write that and put it under the name Mozart. Who came up with Mozart? Because I know Mozart because I heard the music, but I only heard the music because the music got created. So where did that come from? Well, he heard me play it, so he created it based on me playing it, and then etc. etc. The thing goes on for infinity. And even they bring it up, like they only know of Gravitonian because they see it. They only see it because it was made. It is only made because they know of it. Bootstrap paradox. I think that's how you say it. I might be mispronouncing it. Not the point. So here's the thing. Is the different versions of their memories and why no one person can say this is what happened is because of a bootstrap paradox. Their memories are being entangled through the constant timelines and the constant redoing of the timeline. Now, here's the thing. You might say, well, wouldn't the TVA get involved? Not entirely. Because they change if the bigger broad strokes change. So, like, if this is set sort of before the TVA, like, breaks down and gets destroyed, if it's still canon in that weird way, and this is because a lot of people think this is a parallel universe, and sort of, like, still in the MCU but not in the main MCU, would the TVA get involved? No. Because the main events of the Earth getting destroyed, Creed taking in humans, and blaming this destroyer of Earth stay the same. Most three beats stay the same, yet each story is slightly different because the minor details, again, look at Loki, and there's a couple of minor differences within each timeline, and they're fine with it. But that's why they can loop and have small differences. Each loop is a different one of these things, and it constantly keeps changing. And they're trying to find a way to break the loop, which I say is really interesting. I also like the idea that they have where it's like, oh, because this person exists, because parallel universe isn't a possibility. Yes, we know parallel universes exist now because MCU's done that for a lot. But I like the idea that someone exists in the future. That person has to exist, so I'm just going to trust my gut. And the thing with the drinks is like, wow. Like, legitimately, someone could say to me, in 5 years, you will be fine. You'll be fine for 5 years. You'll be immortal. I'll be like, nope, not doing this test. I do not care. I am not risking it. The other thing is this. One of the things in the future, like I said before, is the Earth getting destroyed. We don't know about that, right? And the only reason that one theory that I found, or at least searched on a bunch of things, is that season 5, 6, and 7 is a different timeline, right? So that means theoretically, season 1, 2, 3, and 4 are in the MCU, or 616. So does that mean the Earth getting destroyed in that big way is still possible? Because we know in the big event, with the other things, there's rumors I found that possibly Quake. I'm not. I basically just did a bunch of blah, 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 and then I popped up answers. I'm not going to claim that I know any better. Supposedly, this is like hints on hints on hints and like threads. I'm not going to claim I have any good sources. Quake could be it. So does that mean the Earth being destroyed, as seen in Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. and that possible future? Does that still be possible? Because they mentioned Thanos and that whole thing happening. So the future is hugely in the future. So it could happen, or maybe I'm just going crazy. Theoretically, making more logical sense than that. But it's just two things that I wanted to point out about the time loop changing the memories, and that's why people have different stories. And theoretically, the MCU still having destruction of Earth because we have Doom coming. Both the name of the movie and literally, probably. So yeah, I don't know if I'm crazy, and realistically, I probably am. I just want to say that so that my thoughts are out. Got it? Good. Also, not going to talk about if I liked or didn't like season 5 in full. That's full. There's a couple of things I would love to talk about it. Not yet. It will have its time. And I might do that in the future because there's some time where I'm going to review a season and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to start another season because I want to watch it. And that's why I do this. I like watching TV. And then I tell you what I think about the TV. Ta-da! I mean, if you ever want to make a comment on what you think or if you want me to explain a point, do. But yeah, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you like this long video of me ranting and theorizing. And yeah, good night.